It's very interesting the perspective we're getting here, largely from American uh, businesses that are involved with retail media. It's very interesting for us to learn about what's happening in Europe and where you guys lead. And I believe that's in the in-store. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. And like, trust me, Andy, it's so different. I love what's happening in the US. I would love to just like lift and shift all the learnings from the global teams, the US teams, and so on. But the reality on the ground is just very different. And yes, I think that in Europe, because we love shopping in Europe. We love going into the stores. There are stores all over. We don't have to drive to a store. We can just walk to a store. So retail media has actually started from in-store activation, and then it just grew into digital.
What does in-store activation mean?
So imagine you're in Cannes, you go into like a Carrefour shop, and you see an ad for a bottle of Coke, and you go and you buy that bottle. You've just been exposed to a retail media ad.
So what's the opportunity for brands that are changing? I mean, you have so many clients. What do clients want to accomplish out of retail? I mean, merchandising has been around for a long time.
Exactly.
What's new?
Exactly. And we get clients asking like, well, what is retail media? Is it advertising? Is it merchandising? Is it price discrimination? Is it slotting fees? And the answer is yes, it's all of them. So retail media started as an exercise of translating the offline merchandising opportunities into online opportunities in Europe. And I think that's why we are dealing with such a cluttered, fragmented, complicated landscape, because it's not an easy exercise, taking what used to be offline and all of a sudden turn it into online and just overlay things like audiences, targeting, measurement, creative, making sure that people aren't annoyed with seeing your ads.
So what's next, and where is growth going to happen? And I'm sure your clients ask you how can they play more aggressively in this space?
I think that retail media is media at the end of the day, but it's a bit more than media. Because if you think about retail media, in order for it to work like fully effective, it needs to be connected with retail components. So you need to make sure that you have the product in stock, that your price is competitive, that you have an attractive promotions calendar. You need to also ensure that the content is there. So if someone lands on your product page on a retailer website, you need to make sure that, it's properly communicated, it's properly branded, and only then you can think about overlaying media. And what we see with some brands is that they just want to jump directly to spending money in media. But if you don't have that foundation, if you're not on the shelf, it's really hard to make the most out of media. So I think that the growth is going to be coming from this connectiveness between the different components, retail, content, and then media. And I think that also for us, a huge growth is going to come if we stop this false dichotomy between brand and performance. And we understand that brand channels can also be performance channels. Like look at connected TV, look at social commerce, look at any kind of like shoppable media. That's a huge source of growth.